One of the questions that people sometimes have about counseling is, can I use my insurance? Will it cover counseling? And that's a really good question. So I'm just going to address a few things about that. There are about 3 things to consider regarding using your insurance and if it will or won't work for you. And the first thing to find out is, am I a provider for that insurance? Now, a therapist can be an in-network provider or an out-of-network provider for any insurance. Or maybe they're just not a provider at all. So that's the first thing to find out. So for example, I'm a provider, in-network provider for Sanford health plans, and what that means is then you get the in-network provider rates. The second thing to consider is the situation for which you're seeking counseling, and insurances they'll cover some situations and some they don't. So that's another thing to just find out, and you can find that out in the phone call, that first preliminary phone call that you make to me, just to give me a sense of what you're looking for and to see if you want to schedule an appointment with me. We can check into that at that point too. Different insurances, even within a certain health plan, may have a different number of sessions that they allow. And again, like I already mentioned, they may have different types of problems that they may cover and others that they may not cover. So that's something to find out as well. And then the third thing to consider regarding using insurance, and if you want to or not, is simply your opinion. Do you want to use your insurance? There are a few cons to using insurance and one major pro to it. The cons would be that you do need to receive a diagnosis to use your insurance, and that diagnosis is like any health diagnosis does stay with your chart. And in using the insurance, you're waiving confidentiality just to the insurance group to be able to process your claims. So when I say you're waiving confidentiality, in no way does that mean that you are waiving confidentiality to your friends, family, neighbors, colleagues, anything like that. Nobody else knows. But obviously the people who process the claims and any third parties that they might hire to do that would then have your information too, that they need to have in order to be able to process the claims. Now obviously the one major bonus or pro to using the insurance is that the cost is diffused quite a lot usually, if it's covered. So those are really the main things to consider, and all of those you can find out just by giving me a phone call. If you're interested in counseling and you're kind of thinking about it and wondering if your insurance will or won't cover what you're dealing with, just give me a call and I'll be happy to talk with you about that. With the insurance stuff, I'd be happy to have my billing personnel look into that. But certainly give me a call and we'll see if counseling is right for you and if it can help you with the situation that you're dealing with. Thank you.